The sale of Warner Brothers Discovery is continuing. We thought it was over. We thought it was done. We thought they'd sold to Netflix, and that was going to be the end of it.
Nope.
Not if Paramount has anything to say about it. They have now launched a lawsuit to try to block the buying of Warner Brothers. Now, let me explain to you the situation here with this sale. There's essentially, and this is something that Elizabeth Warren said that I agree with, and we'll get to her interview here in a moment about the situation. But there's essentially three groups here that are involved. There's the employees of these companies, the grips, the camera operators, the people that work for these companies. I got the hiccups, I'm sorry. There's the audience, me and you, who read, watch, and enjoy the entertainment that we see.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the stockholders. So those are the three groups that we got going on here. Now, I have said that this whole thing appears very personal between these studio heads. It does not seem like business to me. And this is just getting crazier and crazier by the minute, to the point where Paramount launched a lawsuit. This story came out on January 12th. Paramount boss David Ellison, in a memo to Warner Brothers shareholders, which I will show in a moment, called on the court to direct Warner Brothers Discovery to release the specifics of Netflix's big bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. That, I think, is Paramount's beef, is they don't know what is being offered, so they can't counter it. And that's kind of what I got from this story, is that's what Ellison is screaming, is we can't be involved if we don't know what the deal is.
Well, okay, so, and I am clearly an economics professor, so I know all about this. Just kidding. But, in a publicly traded company in capitalism, the board is legally bound to take the biggest profit for their stakeholders at any time. They are legally required to take the biggest profit.
Right.
And so, it's like Paramount has offered a bigger payout than Netflix. And so they should be legally bound to accept that, and they are not, because we've talked about before, it's almost, like you said, personal.
Yeah.
They want to take the Netflix deal. They don't want Paramount. But they're not legally allowed to do that. They're legally required to take the best deal. And that's why Paramount's
And the
suing
deal
them.
is Paramount is offering the shareholders $30 a share.
In cash.
Correct.
Whereas
Netflix as stock options is offering what, like $26 a share? So it makes no sense.
It's not as good of an offer.
Right. It really makes no sense. It's going against everything. It has Hollywood freaking out. Because, again, as we've mentioned, involving this story multiple times, this is going to change the landscape of films and movies as we know it.
Right.
It is never going to be the same after this. Now, at the time of this story airing, Netflix still owns Warner Brothers.
Well,
as far as
they've taken the deal, but
they've got it on paper.
It's gone through. Yeah.
Well, it's being investigated by antitrust lawyers, I believe, at this moment. And that is kind of where another form of attack is coming from at this deal, is the antitrust it will create. Forget the fact that it's a monopoly.
Nobody gives a shit about antitrust. I mean, in theory, we should care about it, but nobody has cared about it in this country in several decades, in my opinion. So,
this is the press release, or rather the email, and they actually bought this domain. StrongerHollywood.com is the name of the domain they bought. This has information on everything related to the potential acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery by Paramount. Everything, media coverage. They got the deal in black and white right here, shareholders why it would be more profitable
Right.
for Paramount to go through with it rather than Netflix. You can see, obviously, I know it might be hard to see on the screen. The red X's are Netflix, and the green check marks are Paramount.
Well, but that's Paramount's argument.
Of course, you're going to twist that way. However, Paramount has been very transparent about what they are offering. Here is what they're offering Warner Brothers. An all-cash offer at $30 per share, equating to an enterprise value of $108.4 billion, which represents a 139% premium to the undistributed Warner Brothers Discovery stock price of $12.54 as of September 10th, 2025. That means your stock in Warner Brothers would go from $12 to $30.
Right.
And if you don't play the stock market, and I don't, but I still know that's shit. That's a huge increase
It's
in
over
stock.
doubling your money.
Yes.
Yeah.
In contrast, the Netflix proposal entails a volatile and complex structure valued at $27.75 mix of cash and stock, subject to color and the future performance of Netflix, equating to an enterprise value of $82.7 billion, excluding Discovery Global. So that's what they're saying. It makes no sense from a business standpoint because Warner Brothers and their stockholders would end up making more money off this. So why? What is the reason? Why is Warner Brothers so dead set on Netflix acquiring them? I don't know.
That's a good question. That's what we all want to know.
I don't know.
Like, who's sleeping with who?
Warner Brothers sent this PDF document out to its shareholders, highlighting what it intends to do. It mentions filing the suit, trying to block the sale. It also mentions some of the shady tactics that have been involved in this situation. Now, there's three major characters involved in this. Ted Sarandos, who is the CEO of Netflix. You've also got David Zaslav. We know they're all old rich guys. David Zaslav is the CEO of CEO and president of Warner Brothers Discovery. And then you've got David Ellison, who is a former actor
rich guy
that turned CEO of Paramount Skydance. So these are the three main players that this seems to be kind of bouncing between. Now, why is it bouncing between? That's what we don't know. This should be, and again, there's a podcast that I looked up on Spotify. And I actually listened to a few episodes, and it's actually a really good podcast. But it's called The Town with Matthew Bellani. Have you ever heard of this show?
No wonder I had those pulled up on my Spotify.
Yeah. There are
Is this
sections.
The one that Elizabeth Warren went
Yes,
on?
Elizabeth Warren went on this show to discuss this deal and how it is involved with politics, which may give us a little bit better outlook. So give me just a moment.
Everybody's just trying to make some money. That's all it is. Like we all like to act like, oh, they care about the movie industry. They're just trying to make money.
So it turns out that the Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi, is actually connected to this. Let's hear what Elizabeth had to say.
Now, I just sent a letter off to Pam Bondi, the Attorney General of the United States. What? Ordinarily, in mergers like these, it would go to the Department of Justice, and that's appropriate to be reviewed to see if the merger is permissible under antitrust laws. Pam Bondi has said, as Attorney General, she intends to be involved. And I just sent her a letter along with Senator Blumenthal saying, no, you need to recuse yourself and stay out of this. And the reason for that is that Bondi was working at a big lobbying firm just before she became Attorney General. And that same lobbying firm now represents both of the intended suitors in these deals.
Shocker.
Paramount and Netflix.
So there you go.
Could our government be any more corrupt?
Christ. So
No.
Pam Bondi formerly lobbied for Paramount and Warner Brothers. Sean, why don't Paramount and Netflix both co-own it? Problem solved. I wish it was that simple, buddy. It unfortunately is not.
They kill each other.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. I've got some other timestamps here.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
my question is, why is Warner Brothers so keen on selling?
Okay. I
Like,
think
why do they need to sell?
their stock price is drastically low, and they don't know how to fix it. I think Zasloff wants out.
He's old. He's probably like, I just want to retire.
Here is what Elizabeth Warren had to say.
I have a solution.
When she was asked what.
He could give the company to me. You know,
Oh yeah,
if he wants out, I'll take it.
I'll bet you would. I'd take
So,
it with you. Yeah,
okay.
I'd happily be first husband of the Warner Brothers queen. Happily. Sam, you wouldn't mind being the prince, would you?
Oh God, that'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sit on my little throne in the corner.
So the host of this podcast straight up asked Elizabeth Warren, do we just want to see Warner Brothers Discovery fail? Here's what Miss Warren had to say.
I would like to see Warner Brothers continue to be a strong studio. Now, they may do that by breaking off some of the pieces that are not their expertise, that are dragging them down.
Like cable networks.
Yeah.
But they throw off all of the operating income for the company. How do you operate a studio and streamer when you don't have that revenue coming from the networks?
You're saying the only way now to produce movies is if you can do the cross-subsidization? You think that is the only economic model?
I'm saying that helps. I'm saying these are diversified media companies where one arm benefits the other. For years, Disney was powered by its cable television networks. Now, because they have theme parks, it is powered by the theme parks, and that is helping them make the transition to streaming. That is the benefit of a fully diversified company that was acquired over the years, by the way. They bought different elements of Disney. So
And again, that clip from The Town with Matthew Bellani podcast. Again, Matthew is a great host, great questions, hard hitting questions too. And he makes a great point. These networks and these companies have spidered themselves out with these tentacles so much.
Well, they don't
I
know how to
think-
survive in the new world.
I'm saying, I think that's why, to answer your question, Kush, that's why Warner Brothers is failing so bad. Because they have so many spinning plates in the air. And think about it. Warner Brothers is pretty much, in the beginning, I think they tried to be Disney. Okay? They had all these, obviously they have the DC properties. They have iconic properties, IPs that are iconic. The Matrix, again, we've gone through this.
Right, but we don't live in a world anymore where these individual studios own the world and own all these movies. I mean, we live in a world where you can use AI to create a movie on YouTube. You know what I mean? So they don't know how to survive in that world.
So again, that begs the question, if you're selling this multimedia conglomerate company, do you want to sell it to a traditional studio that will just do the same old thing and probably make it twice as hard to get a film out there?
Is that what Paramount is? Is that the argument? Paramount is just the same old?
I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know if that's
No,
the
I
general
agree. Whereas
opinion.
Netflix is the future.
Netflix is like, again, kind of going against the grain.
Well,
And-
they're trying to change the industry.
right.
Paramount is trying to preserve it.
So that's the question. Do we want to change the industry?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, the industry is so saturated with so much crap. I don't know what to watch. I don't know what to care about. And I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
That's why when you ask me, What do you want to watch? I don't care. I don't want to think about it.
That is a great conversation, by the way.
Because
I hope to
it's
record that soon.
oversaturated. There's too much crap, and everything is crap. I mean, once in a while you'll find a diamond in the rough, but overall everything is crap. And I don't know.
I'm just gonna say since Warner Brothers does own HBO Max, I went on Max the other day, and there was a spin-off of an old Cartoon Network show.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it a watch. I've watched it like 8 times already.
Mm-hmm. You liked it?
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Cool. And I mean, that's a good point. The content.
But is it?
Would that have been there anyway?
A great award-winning show that everybody's going to be talking about,
Those
like
days
Game
are
of
over.
Thrones. No,
Those days are over.
It's just crap. It's just crap that everybody. I mean, like, there's
Game
nothing.
of Thrones, another franchise that Warner Brothers. I mean, again, it's insane. Warner Brothers and their catalog. I don't think another company has as strong a catalog as they have, and that's probably the problem. Is that they've got too much on their plate. They need it split up and divided out. Zaslav, I think he made some poor decisions with how he's run that company, Warner Brothers, in his acquisition, the acquisitions he's had in the past. Probably shouldn't have bought Discovery. A lot of people have said that over the years. I want to play one more clip from this Elizabeth Warren interview on the podcast The Town with Matthew Bellani, available on Spotify. Just search for The Town and you'll find it, presented by The Ringer. This is her commenting on the possible implications of a media conglomerate monopoly. Let's listen.
Real value other than simply the monopoly value that you can create. If there's real value there, then all these guys who say it's all about the market, then we ought to see a Warner Brothers that can succeed. The real fear here, go back to the Random House case, because you're exactly right. It's not only that there are fewer places if
Okay, just for some background, the Random House case that she's referring to was a antitrust case in the early 90s regarding...
Back when we actually cared about it. We don't anymore. This is clearly going to go through. Go ahead.
So, sorry.
I mean, it's true. I mean,
Oh,
look
you have
who the
such hope.
administration is.
Such
Nobody
hope for the
cares.
future, honey.
Okay.
The Random House case was a case in the early 90s which involved Random House Publishing, in that they did not pay their authors a reasonable amount. I tried to look into this a little bit. It's kind of old and very foggy. It was settled out of court, but that's what she's referring to when she refers to the Random House case.
merger goes through now, fewer places to pitch your script, to ply your trade. It's that once you get big enough, the thing has a way of accelerating and literally going to one. The best evidence about these giant companies is how they transform. And they transform from companies that are hungry and innovative, changing and developing that first iPhone, developing that first whatever it is, into companies that get better and better at.
So, what were you saying? I'm sorry, while she was talking.
I love her.
Kush?
I mean, she's brilliant. I've always loved her.
Continuing on. Okay.
It squashes innovation, but that's the point. It's all about control. And it's not just about controlling movies. They, like, when there is a huge media conglomerate, they control the culture.
Mm-hmm.
They control how we think.
Mm-hmm.
They control what we like and what we don't like. I mean, that's why it's dangerous. But, I mean, I'm with her. The best thing would probably be for no merger.
She goes on to say it. Let's keep going.
Milking a monopoly, out of protecting their barriers, their borders, out of making sure that there's no competition out there, stomping out the competition before it has a chance to get a foothold. And let's face it, in an industry that ultimately relies on creativity, You got to have the competition. Competition is what makes this work.
Yeah, that's how you get a raise. That's how people get paid. And that's how, honestly, the only reason
It's
why
not just
Warner
about
Brothers
getting a
has had such a good
raise.
year at the box office.
It's about art. Like, it's about allowing independent, small-time artists to have a chance of getting some new thought out in the world, you know?
Pizza's been delivered. That's why Sam left.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering. Anyway,
I was like, Sam's out of here.
up and out. This story is going to continue again. I don't think this is the end of it. Not by any long shot. Now, there are movie theaters that are getting involved. And again, they have the same kind of stance that they don't want this sale to happen, period. Because either way, they're going to be screwed, and they know it.
Right.
On Capitol Hill, a company by the name of Cinema United, which is the largest trade organization representing exhibitors, in written remarks sent on Wednesday to the House Judiciary Subcommittee on the Administrative State, Regulatory Reform, and Antitrust, said, "We are deeply concerned that this acquisition of Warner Brothers by Netflix will have a direct and irreversible negative impact on movie theaters around the world." My question is, does it matter at this point?
Yeah, I mean, like we've talked about before, the world is changing like really fast. And movie theaters and movies and all of this is changing. I don't know where things are going to land. I know all of these people are just trying to make money off of all of us.
Right.
So, you know, whatever. But is the pizza here? Yeah. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad you got it. But like at the end of the day, do I know what this is going to mean for all of us? No. All I know is it's a bunch of rich old white people in a room trying to make money off of the rest of us. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll have
I
to
do
wait
like
and
the
see.
17-day release window.
Actually, they
You're still-
changed
you're-
it. It's 45 days now.
No, I don't want that.
I don't know that that's certain or not, but we'll have to wait for this story to develop further. We will keep our eye on this. Stuff coming out about this case almost daily. I'm on top of it. I'm watching it. We'll make sure we share it for you. What do you think of this major situation in Hollywood? Do you agree that it should just be dropped? Do you think Netflix owns Warner Brothers fair and square and Paramount should leave them alone? Let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
I mean, legally, Paramount owns Warner Brothers fair and square. That's how capitalism works. You have to take the highest offer. You're required to if you're publicly traded. So, just saying.